guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Debbie and I love sharing tips on how to save time and money. So today I wanted to share with you my 6 steps to come up with a simple budget that you can use for the holidays, and also finding ways to throw cash at that budget so that in January you're enjoying your pictures of your loved ones during the holiday and not opening up credit card bills and wondering, what did I spend? Or how could I have gotten into so much debt? So let me show you how easy and simple it is to plan ahead and be able to get a debt-free holiday under your belt and future ones to come. So the first step is to make a list of everyone that you want to buy a gift for. And of course, what you have to consider is family. Do you have a large family? Do you have a small family? My friends that have large families, they decided years ago that they're only going to gift exchange for the kids. We have a small family, so we gift exchange with each other. But my best friends and my husband's best friends, we gift exchange with their kids only. And that really saves us not only money, but stress as well, because we don't have to wonder, what do we get them? The kids, of course, will have a list, and we pick something from the list that we know that they'll love, and that's what we get them. Now, when you're making this list, there's a few things that you can take into account. For example, coworkers. Do you really have to get a gift for every single coworker? Or can you be the one that suggests maybe a Secret Santa? By doing a Secret Santa, one, it's fun because you don't know who's gonna get what for who. And two, you're getting one gift instead of, let's say, 8 or 10. And you can then really be specific with that person and try to think about what this person would really like. So that's another way of cutting down your budget. Now, once you have a list of everyone that you're gonna buy gifts for, one thing, I know this is uncomfortable to talk about, but is who you feel obligated to buy a gift for. Funny story. My husband and I, a few years ago, had this friend that went above and beyond. Now, she wasn't the closest of friends, but she really helped us out. And so when it came time to the holidays, even though things were a little tight, my husband and I said, we have to do something for her because she's gone above and beyond. So we got her a gift. It wasn't anything lavish or expensive, but it was just something that we knew that she would like. So when we gave her this gift, she was so touched and she was like, thank you so much, this is so nice of you. And then there was that awkward pause when she realizes she doesn't have a gift for us, which is fine. That wasn't the point at all. But for her, she felt awkward because she's like, I'm sorry, I don't have a gift for you, but happy holidays. So then the following year, we of course weren't going to put her through that again, so we did not get her a gift. Instead, we sent her a nice card. But what does she do? She got us a gift thinking we were getting her one. And so now we're in the awkward position of going, happy holidays? So the following year after that, we started gift exchanging with this person. And again, we think she's so lovely. But when you have a tight budget, you really have to focus on the people that you really genuinely want to get a gift for and not who you feel obligated to get a gift for. So we had a conversation with this person last year and we said to them, listen, things are really tight with us financially, which they really were. And so we asked her, do you mind if we don't gift exchange this year? Things are so tight for us. And she lit up. She was like, absolutely. I am the same way. Things are very tight for me. But of course, I didn't want to not think of you and get you a gift. So I would be more than happy to not gift exchange. And so when I had a conversation with my girlfriends, and not mentioning names, of course, and I told them what had happened, they were like, Debbie, me too. I had a conversation with this distant family member that keeps sending me gifts and I have to then ship her gifts. Or I had the same conversation with a coworker. So before you stretch your budget and think of getting a gift for someone that you feel obligated to, which I'm sorry, but it's the holidays. You shouldn't have to feel obligated to get a gift for someone. It should be something that comes from your heart that you want to do, not out of obligation. And also, the money that you're spending on this person that you feel obligated to get a gift for can be used to someone that actually you want to get a gift for. So before you put that person's name down, you might want to consider having an awkward conversation. Now, before you go any further with this list, I would also set a separate category for other items. For example, are you getting a tree or do you have a tree at home? We have a pre-lit tree that we adore, and when it's put together, you would really think that it's an actual real tree. And I go and for like $5, I get a canister of those little scented sticks and I put them throughout the tree. So not only is it a pre-lit tree, but when you walk in the house, you really smell the tree and you think it's real. You really do. I love it. Anyway, so I've had it for years and it really saves us a lot of money because we don't have to go out and get a tree and bring it home and cleaning up after it. So I love my tree. But if you're getting a real tree, then of course that's an expense you got to put on your list. Or is your tree broken, your old fake tree, and you want to replace it? If so, that's an expense that should go on your list. How about trips? My family and I, we're all about experiences. And it's a tradition that every year we go to New York City and we go to the Rockefeller Center and we look at the lights and we go see Santa. And it's a wonderful day. It's a whole day in the city. We love it so much. And we have budgeted $250 for this trip. I know it sounds expensive, but the going there and coming back alone is a big part of that expense. Plus just a dinner out. We don't go lavish or anything like that, but it's just an experience and it's something that we would never replace for anything in the world. So anyway, so that is an expense that I put on my list. Are you hosting a holiday dinner? If so, that expense should go on your list. How much do you think you're gonna spend on that dinner? Or are you a guest to someone else's dinner, but you're gonna bring a tray of something? If so, that expense should also be on your list. Do you send a holiday card? We do. I actually really enjoy it. Make sure you put that on your list as well. Step number 2 is to find extra cash to throw at that budget. So my husband and I have the option, more my husband than me, unfortunately, to do overtime at our job. And so the overtime that we got, instead of having it just be incorporated into our checking account because we have direct deposit, we opened up a separate account. And as soon as our paychecks hit our account, we looked at the pay stub to see how much we've done in overtime. And since that's extra cash, before we even count on it for anything, we transferred it over to this separate account. And that's what I suggest. Anything extra you have for the holidays, don't mix it in with your regular money. Just open up an account, something free, something that doesn't cost a dime, and put it in there. Because that way, if it's set aside from your normal cash, you're less likely to spend it on anything else and you have it there for the holidays. So once overtime was not an option, we now had to look at what we have. So my husband has 2 American Express cards. Here's where the controversial topic comes into play. And I have 3 cards with Capital One and 1 with TD Bank. Now this is not a sponsored video. I'm just being honest about our finances. So what we did was throughout the year, we have categories in our budget that we could get directly debited from our checking account or with our debit card, but instead we're making our credit cards work for us. That's right, who's the boss? What we did was we put those automatic debits on our credit cards. For example, the house alarm, our son's braces, it's the exact amount it is every month. The internet, the cable, our cell phones, and a bunch of other expenses for the house. And my credit cards, unlike my husband's, offers cash back. So you will be so surprised as to what we did this year. I actually had to write it down. So from my TD credit card, I'm getting back $331.57 in cash back for doing nothing other than having some bills hit that card every month. Capital One, my first card, I'm getting back $66.96. My second card, $59.61. And my third card, $125.52. Wait, it gets even better. I then called my husband's American Express and I was able to take his points and redeem them for gift cards to Walmart. Of course we're gonna shop at Walmart. And so from Walmart, I was able to get 2 $100 gift cards. And we already got them in the mail within a few days of me just redeeming that offer online. So our savings for the holiday, just by using our credit cards for our normal house expenses, nothing else added on, is $783.66. Can you believe it? We are taking our overtime plus that amount and we're throwing it at our holiday budget. And fingers crossed, between that amount and using Rakuten and really being frugal, we'll be able to get through the holiday season and be able to enjoy it without stressing about what's gonna come in January and getting into debt. Now's when the fun begins, because now this is tip number 4. You have 2 options. You can either, 1, get dressed. If you have kids, get them ready, or find someone to watch them. Pay for the gas to get to the store, or mall, even worse. Find a parking spot, deal with rude customers, deal with rude employees, try to find what it is that's on your list that you need. And I'm sorry, if I go through all that, you know I'm gonna buy something for myself. I'm gonna see something at the store that's on sale and I'm gonna say, I deserve it, or I wanna buy me a present. And what's that gonna do? That's gonna bust my budget. So I can do all of that, or I can sit in my pajamas at home and do some online shopping. And I use my favorite tool to save so much money. It used to be called Ebates and it's now called Rakuten. So if you've never signed up for Ebates or Rakuten, I'm gonna leave my link and my referral code down below. And if you use it, after you spend $25, you get $10 back automatically. Now the way it works is department stores pay Rakuten to refer you to their site. So if you were gonna shop at a department store anyway, like for example, I love Kohl's. I love Kohl's for many different reasons, and I hope everyone has a Kohl's by them. So what Kohl's does is every so often they'll say for every $50 you spend, you get $10 back in Kohl's cash. So I'll go through Rakuten to get to Kohl's. Then I'll shop at Kohl's because I meant to shop there anyway, because I have people on my list that want clothing, that want purses, that want shoes, anything that they offer. They offer electronics, they offer toys. So I go and I shop during the Kohl's cashback sale. So I get what I need, and then once I click on checkout, it brings me to a completely different screen and it'll offer all these coupons that I didn't even know I had available to me. Like for example, 30% off, free shipping. You can add on, I think, a total of 3 coupons to your order. And so then when you go to cash out, you'll see, for example, original price, $100, 30% off down to $70, free shipping. Right there, I saved like $9. And then since I spent $70, I get back an extra $10. So really, I spent $60 for $100 worth of stuff for free. And also what they do is they'll take a percentage of what you're actually spending because you went through their site, and they at quarterly send you a check for that amount. So when you first go on their site, you'll see it says like 5% off on Kohl's. So I know 5% of whatever I spend, I'm gonna get back from Rakuten every quarter. It's called a big fat check. And I'm like, yeah, you pay me that big fat money. It's free money and savings. With coupons, you don't ever have to clip. You don't have to do a Google search. You don't have to remember a coupon code. It's 1, 2, 3 savings. How can you beat that? So now that you have the list of everyone that you've shopped for, and hopefully you've reduced that list a little bit with my tips, as well as all of your holiday expenses and how much you've paid per item, what I want you to do is to total it. And then take that amount and think about how many paychecks do you get from January 1st to November 30th. And then take that number and divide it up by your total. Now that's gonna be the amount that you're gonna really try your best next year to set aside automatically from each one of your paychecks. And what I suggest for you to do is to set up an automatic transfer into a different account within the same bank. Now, if you talk to any bank representative and you explain that this is going to be like a Christmas club, I think is what they call it, or a Christmas account, they can help you set up an account that hopefully will have no minimum balance and no fees at all associated with it. And of course, they'll tell you there's probably no interest in it either, but what are you going to do with the 5 cents extra? So you're going to then set up an automatic transfer. So the same day that you get your paycheck, that amount is already gone. You're not even thinking about it when you're paying your bills and everything else. So then that way, it's not something that you're even thinking about it. Out of sight, out of mind. And then hopefully by the end of November of next year, you're not even thinking about how you're gonna be able to afford the holiday or how you're gonna come up with extra cash and do you have to work overtime? Because you won't. You have that available to you. And my last and final tip is tip number 6, which is to record this list somewhere. Now, I like to record things on my phone because I know that I back it up and it's available to me whenever I need it. But some people don't like that. So if you don't, just keep this list on a notepad somewhere. All you need to know is how much you spent this year, what miscellaneous expenses you spend on, and also who you bought a gift for. Because in this way, next year, it cuts all this time out of the holiday spending for you, and you know exactly who you bought for. You update it so you can add people or take people away from your list, and that way it's all ready and available. And hopefully you have that money from tip number 5 in a separate account where it'll be completely stress-free for you next year. The holidays should be a time where you spend with your loved ones and not have to, 1, get into debt, or 2, be stressed about what you buy and spend. And as long as you're smart with your money, you can stretch every cent and make the most out of every gift you give. Well, I hope you liked this video and found it helpful. If you did, please click the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe and to click on that bell. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!